Have you voted today?
Yeah, we just went and voted.
So what do you think that the outcome of this election is going to be?
I hope Corbyn, but you never know.
I'm quite optimistic about it actually. It's the first time that I've been optimistic for Labour in a while.
There's been quite a lot of controversy, like especially amongst students and young people. They're actually getting out there and voting.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's just like when you walk around Cathays and Roath, you can see so many Vote Labour posters among the students. I think that's like a really good thing to see.
Yeah. So you said that you voted for Labour. Are there any major policies that you're in favour of?
Or tuition fees and the defence policies are like some of my biggest things for Labour.
Renationalisation of the train services and
NHS.
And the NHS. Yeah, I just hate privatisation. I'm really against it.
Have you just voted?
Yeah, I actually just did a proxy vote for two people. They actually both currently live in India, and so we discussed some of the policies, some of the things that have been going on in the UK, things like Brexit, and immigration. Both of them being immigrants that came to the country.
Are there any policies kind of in particular that you're in favour of? Anything that really helps sway your vote today?
I think what really swayed my vote is because I'm a uni student. I voted for Labour. A lot of my family work in public service and things like that, so I think that it's important to support those sectors.
Do you think the outcome will be from this election?
I think it'll be a Tory majority.
And do you think that applies to this constituency as
No,
well?
I think it's to be Labour.
Okay, and are you happy with that outcome?
Not really, no.
And why would that be? Are there certain policies that you completely disagree with?
I just think the Tories are out of control.
In which case, what policies are you hoping that Labour will bring that will sort of fix this mess?
Just general ones like nationalisation. I think a soft Brexit is what we want. Still part of the customs union.
If the Conservatives won, were there any worries in particular that you had about that?
I think just mainly cuts for me because my stepdad is a policeman and my mum also works for the government.
Regarding your vote today, how do you think that your choice was influenced?
So all you have to do is look at the media slandering to see that the Tory government are uneasy on how the young voters are going to vote this election, and I feel it's important to vote with how you believe and not be sucked into the lies.
Okay, so that's really good. It sounds like you're making your own rationalised choice rather than listening to what the media has to say. So do you think that the heavy media coverage could have an outcome on this election?
I feel a lot of people will get sucked into what is printed as they take it as gospel, but it's so easy to find your own information and make your own decisions that there's no excuse really.
Yeah, exactly. And how do you feel about the outcome? Are you worried?
I feel going into the election it was a given Conservative landslide, so the fact that it's come into question and Theresa May's completely bottled it will make it interesting, and if we can avoid a Tory majority then Labour voters can consider that a mild success.
You say the media has influenced your vote, or is that just because you've always been a Labour supporter, you wanted to vote Labour again?
I'd say the media has to some extent because I think recently Jeremy Corbyn's been portrayed quite well in the media, in my opinion anyway, and Theresa May not so well. So
Do you think his policies won't necessarily be maintained like governments previously?
I'd hope that they would be maintained, but I don't know. I wouldn't like to. I hope Jeremy Corbyn's different and he would stick to his word, but I think that we just have to see really. Yeah.
Who would you vote for?
I'd go Labour, just because I prefer their policies. So Tories are okay, but yeah, I would go Green Party, but they never get enough votes.
So how would you feel that social media has influenced your vote? There's been a whole problem with echo chambers and having very similar views to yours online.
Yeah, I definitely think social media has influenced it, but I have to be careful because a lot of students, a lot of people my age, they're definitely, at least on my Facebook feed, Labour voters. And so I've tried hard to sort of avoid the personal bias of some person's sort of status and try to sort of go beyond social media, go to newspaper publications, research pieces, opinion pieces, things like that, just to put from my perspective.
Yeah, brilliant. So you think that most of the people that you know on social media are voting Labour. Do you think that that's going to be an outcome for the election, or are you still expecting another outcome?
Well, I mean, initially there was a definite expectation of a Tory landslide victory. But the polls have shown that Labour have definitely increased, although I'm hesitant to trust any polls these days just because of how Brexit turned out, how Trump turned out, that kind of thing. So I'm honestly not really sure what's going to happen, but I do think that the Tories are going to win, but not as much of a landslide as was sort of first predicted.